Hey there, good morning everyone. Thursday, the 7th of December, 2023. This morning's devotional is a reading from Genesis chapter 6, verse 11, which reads, "Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight and was full of violence." Your home can be an ark of safety or a prison of isolation. It depends on what you want it to be. There's a lot of difference between the two, but the darker the world and more violent the culture, the more important it is for your home to be a safe zone, a place where your children are physically, emotionally, and spiritually safe. It does not come as a surprise that history repeats itself, and if you were to choose two words which summarize our world today, perhaps even the streets which intersect on the corner where your house is, the words corrupt and violent would be quite accurate. What you could also do is, when you listen to reports or even just in general how people are talking, count and see how many times the word violent or corrupt comes in that conversation. You might be surprised. Yet you won't find the term corrupt mentioned very often, but you'll find descriptions of it as it plays out in life. The politician who takes money and stashes it in his own private bank account thinking that he is above the law, the CEO of a company that uses the company to launder bribes, or even the police who turn their heads to protect their own. Am I fair in suggesting that corruption and violence have become two of the hallmarks of what is happening today? And is any of this new? I mentioned earlier that your home is an ark of safety. And do you recall the story where God told Noah to build that ark? It's not a myth or a fairy tale. It's history. And what is significant relating to this commentary is that Moses also used those two words, violent, not Moses, Noah, violent and corrupt, to describe the culture that had become a stench in the nostrils of God. It is further recorded that God finally said, enough is enough. And so here's the story. God saw how corrupt the earth had become, for all the people on the earth had corrupted their ways. So God said to Noah, I'm going to put an end to all people, for the earth is filled with their violence because of them. I'm going to destroy them and the earth. And we can find that in Genesis chapter 6, verses 12 and 13. Jesus, when he was speaking about the end times, used the days of Noah as a parallel of what to expect. The ark, which Noah finally constructed, became home to his family and an ark of safety, a shelter from the storm, an escape from the corruption and violence of the age. But it could have been a prison of isolation. Noah took his 3 sons and his wife and their wives and put them in the ark. Scripture describes Noah using 3 terms: righteous, blameless before his generation, and one who walked with God. The wives of Noah's sons who married into the family didn't know Noah as what his sons did. Now, what do you think their mothers might have said? Perhaps they may have said, you have married into a bunch of religious crazies, absolute fanatics who think the world is going to be destroyed by a flood. If you go into that ark, it's going to be worse than a prison. Who knows? But what I do know is that you as a parent can make your home an ark of safety, protecting your children from the corruption and violence of the world. And someday you may be very, very glad that you did. My dear friends, while you cannot control the severity of the storm out there, you can maintain an atmosphere of peace and tranquility within the 4 walls of the building that you call home. But the choice is yours. Is your home an ark of safety or a prison of isolation? May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.